closer to rideshare services like Uber operating legally in the city of Portland.
Well, that's because today a city task force outlined its recommendations for new rules to govern those rides, but not everyone is happy about it. Chris Woodard going beyond the headlines to find out more. What's this all about, Chris?
Now remember, before we even get to that, we're approaching an April deadline here where Uber said they're going to start operating again in the city of Portland one way or another, illegally if they have to, if the city doesn't create some new rules that will make them legal. Well, we've got some recommendations for those rules, and cab companies not at all happy with what they came up with.
We want to see during this first phase just sort of what the demand looks like, and we know people want the rides.
Truer words may never have been spoken when it comes to Uber in Portland. One constant in this long fight involving Uber, the city, and taxi companies, people want the ability to get Uber rides. And if the city council approves recommendations outlined today, those rides will begin in just days.
Generally, we operated along the framework of wanting to ensure safety and consumer protection, service for people with disabilities, and we wanted to be as fair as we could.
The task force recommendations are for a 120-day pilot program, during which time rideshare services like Uber and Lyft can legally operate. But taxi companies have some concerns.
It feels really premature to be moving forward at this point.
Here are some differences. There will be no rate caps for Uber, but taxis will still have them. Companies like Uber will pay one flat licensing fee, while taxi companies will still pay a flat fee plus fees per vehicle and per driver. Taxi companies will still have to have a mandatory 10% of their vehicles wheelchair accessible, while there is no requirement for companies like Uber or Lyft.
Across the board, the mayor and city council said they want parity, they want equality, they want equity. And a lot of what the task force is recommending doesn't achieve that.
Other recommendations include lifting the cap on the number of vehicles a taxi company can put on the road and requiring third-party background checks for Uber or Lyft drivers. But one thing we still don't know, will Uber agree to these requirements or start operating on their own terms once again?
We believe these are recommendations that the industry can comply with.
And as for what Uber thinks of all this, I did get a statement from a local representative of theirs late this afternoon where they said basically they appreciate the work of the task force and making sure that one way or another ride sharing is going to have a place here in Portland. The city council is going to take this up Thursday. Sure to be lots of testimony once again on both sides of this issue. And the point here for these recommendations, 120 days to try it and collect data. After those 120 days, we'll be right back here again because then there'll be permanent recommendations. So a big step, but still a ways to go.
A long process still.
Right,
And
exactly.
it's not just Portland. This is going on in a lot of cities across the country.
Yeah, all cities are having this debate right now.
Right. Uber has had difficulties in plenty of areas, been very successful in plenty of areas as well.
All right. You're the Uber expert. I know you'll keep us updated, Chris. Thank you.